Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Now, you know, every week we've been celebrating artists for the entire month of May. And this week is no different. This morning, joining us on set and presenting their work on set as well, I want to say good morning and welcome to Karina Serju and Clinton Rahman Ali. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning.
Now, let me start with you, Clinton. Clinton is a dedicated visual artist. You're a photographer, essentially. Essentially. But you specifically focus on Hindu wedding traditions?
Yeah, over the years, my portfolio, as I did more work, I kind of keep getting the same clients with focusing on Hindu weddings.
Right.
So now my portfolio mainly consists of like 90% full Hindu weddings, traditional Hindu weddings.
And is it that you have a passion for taking particular types of photos at weddings, or how did you?
I think the first weddings I happened to get, I really tried, I really put full effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some unique shots, some creative shots and stuff, and I kind of spur on the bookings for that. People kind of expecting something like
Good
that.
work, let's bring more work.
Yeah.
So, all right, how did you get into photography in the first place?
About 6 years ago, my wife bought me a camera as a birthday gift.
Mm-hmm.
And we spent about 2,000 something US. And I really thought she overdid it. I didn't even want a camera, to be honest. She just bought it for so.
And look at you now, sitting on
yeah.
TV talking about the pictures you take.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So your life has come full circle. Karina, you are a fine art portrait artist.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I paint with oil paints, and my work is more traditional, like true to more portraiture, the traditional way they do portraiture.
Yeah. Why do you focus on portraiture?
Well,
What drew you to it?
well, I find that people are really interesting, and the human face is very interesting, and it differs from person to person. So I think it's interesting to kind of get that on canvas and do it in a way that I see people and see how other people react to that.
And you choose to work in oil paint mostly?
Yeah, well, I started off in acrylics.
Yeah.
And then as during the COVID lockdown, I kind of forced myself to learn oils because I always wanted to, and I had the time. So yeah, I just got into it.
What is the difference for us who are uninitiated?
Yeah.
What's the difference between acrylics and oil, like in terms of the technique?
Well, acrylic is basically like a plastic. So it dries really quickly as you work with it. So you have to work in multiple layers, and you have to, let it dry and brush in. But with oils, it takes very long to dry, and so you get to work on it, and you could do it a la prima, like do something in one sitting, and it's just a lot smoother to work with and easier.
And easier to blend the colors, I
To
assume,
blend the
because
colors.
they stay wet for longer.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Clinton, one of the things you mentioned to me off air just now was that you didn't think that your photography should be considered art, right? But I think it's very interesting to see over time, you can look at it now when you sit here and you see it next to the portraits. I mean, while it's a clear difference between what is painted and what is photographed, but there is still artistry involved in it. Now that you've seen that perspective or heard of that perspective from other people, how do you feel about the work that you're presenting now?
Yeah, well, for her, I find it's like a lot more. I just find it's a lot because what you described there about the oil painting and the drying and stuff sounded real complex to me. But to me, like for photography, to me, it's just like turning up on the day, being really attentive to the client and what best could work for them, and to get them to be comfortable, to keep myself like in a kind of comfortable position where so I could be creative and not too stifled.
But so you don't have to worry about light and about
Yeah, but I find
positioning
those
and
technical stuff, you can't,
frames
like,
per
you
second.
should be real good at that, and that
You
should be
should
like
be?
second nature. Yeah, like that should be a second nature thing. You shouldn't be worrying about that if you're like a professional person doing
Right.
it.
But to become a professional person doing it, you would have had to understand those
Go through
things
that process of
and go through the
mastering
process.
that.
And I think it's the same thing that you're talking about as an
Right.
artist, having to learn the technique and the skill of doing the oil painting so that you can do it with ease. And so it's very interesting to see the comparisons in terms of the art. Now, you brought this book here to tell us about wedding films as well.
Well, yeah, well, when I got started into this, I actually had probably been to like one Hindu wedding in my entire life before this, at like probably like 30 years. And it was a novel thing to me. So I was starting to understand and research it and stuff. And to some of the clients, most of my clients actually, they didn't know about the Hindu wedding also. So in my research, I kind of compile a book about the different customs and traditions that they do on the day, the different rites, and explain the whys behind it so they could appreciate it even more. And I put it on Amazon for sale, and that is like a combination of my research with actual photos that we did on our live Hindu weddings.
Yeah, to represent the traditional aspect
to show
of
them
things.
how it is done and this kind of stuff.
Give me 2 examples of some of the things that are done that you found to be particular of note that you needed to put in your book.
Yeah, the probably the 7-step Sapta party is where the bride and groom walk towards our end goal, which is stepping on different leaves, and on each leaf that they step on, they kind of have, the pundits say they have a conversation that is very towards the future and towards their goals and stuff. And what the pundits say is that anybody that talk enough times, like 7 times, about such conversations is a friend for life. So you talk on these things about what you expect of each other.
Right.
In the wedding, in front of everybody, in front of your family and guests and stuff, to make a kind of bond, to remain a friend for life. And then you have other stuff like the circumambulation about around the fire, where they're talking about your family life and the things that could happen in the wedding and making promises. And we can kind of capture it on video and stuff like this for them too. So they could review this in the future and know that the day, although they had a lot of stuff to do, they also talk about the stuff that was there to them, so that they could remember that in the future, in 5 years, 10 years and stuff, when they're kind of fading away.
Karina, how do you decide on who you're going to paint as a portrait? What inspires you to say, I want to make this person into a portrait?
Well, usually I look for something unique. Like, like for example, this painting, it's my mom. So,
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
so
mommy posed for you? Was it a picture that you took and
well, I do all my own photography.
Okay.
So I would hire models, and they would come and I would post them and take my pictures and stuff like that. And then from there I would go through, edit the pictures, and then start painting.
When you say edit the picture, so you take a picture and then you customize it or put whatever.
Yeah. If I need to change the background, I would like do something. You know, if I need to edit the colors a certain way, I would do that.
And then after you do that, then you paint it.
Yeah. Then I would start painting and sketching it out and then all that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, and so this other one over here as well, this person posed for a picture as well. Do you do any of them from imagination, or is all from pictures of real people?
Well, you could, but if you want something to be very realistic, me personally, I would rather have a model, and you know that this particular model is Lance Ramlal from Shadow Wings Customs. He is covered in tattoos, so I was like, and he has this like really menacing look about him, but he also super sweet.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to capture that, and this painting is actually based on if you ever saw the movie Padmavat, there's a song in it called Kalibali.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
My
so-
producer's now saying he looks like he comes straight out of a Bollywood film.
Yeah. So it's supposed to have that same vibe as the character who's the villain of the movie.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I guess that explains how dark it is.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I like it. I mean, how long did it take you to be able to perfect the shades of the human face? Because I imagine there's some intricacies in there.
Yeah. Well, the human face, it is a lot of. Remember, the skin is actually translucent, so and then you have to add in the melanin in the skin and the lights that reflecting off of it, and so it takes a while to figure out. I still am learning, so yeah. But for these pictures, I played a lot with light, so that like, it could be a little easier for me, so I can get the colors a little bit.
If people want to reach out to you to be able to commission portraits, can they do that?
Yeah, they can.
How can they reach out to you?
Well, you could reach out to me at my Instagram, Karina Seju Art.
Karina Seju Art.
And you could email me at gmail.com. It's the same thing at gmail.com.
All right, fantastic. And Clinton, if people want to reach out to you for photography,
Well, on our Instagram or Facebook, the brand is my wife's name and my name.
right?
Karima, my wife's name. Karima Clinton on Facebook and Instagram. And with our photography, we also offer like these technical aspects I was talking about. We also have like a program to kind of hone in those technical aspects so that when you have that covered, then you could go in and start to learn about the intricacies of the Hindu wedding, the posing and stuff like that.
All right, fantastic. Well, guys, I want to thank you all so much for joining us this morning, and of course for loaning us your work for the week. We promise to treat it with respect and dignity and keep it up on display for the entire week. So thank you guys very, very much, and please continue to do the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.